Welcome back.
Good evening, guys. I am back. We are celebrating Moeg's 19-month resub tonight. The shot tipper menu, as you would refer to it as such, is open should you be enticed, should you be interested in some whiskey tonight. Yeah, very exciting for Moeg's 19-month resub. Thank you very much, good sir, for a good weekend of performances. It is the great thing to set our spirits in good sorts. So let us celebrate him tonight. Moeg, champion of 19 months, which would be MOG 48OG. Thank you, MOEG. Moeg, thank you for the 19 months, sir. I'm thinking for the rest of the time we have tonight, why not get back to some Diablo 3? Been a few months. Let's check it out. Probably some Demon Hunters to start, maybe some Crusaders or such. Or Witch Doctors or Necromancers afterwards. Hardcore roster after I warm up a little bit on regular. Paragon standard roster. There with that lovely res again, don't you just... Let's switch on over and prepare here. Okay, let's go. Onward to greatness. Thank you again, Mr. Moeg, for the 19 months, brother. We are looking good to not play season 28. Oh, thanks. I played enough seasons back in the day. A little bit, but yeah, there's really no reason to keep playing seasons. I don't care how cool your flying dinosaur that is cut off in the freaking screen is. Sorry. I don't care how cool this thing is. It is absolutely not worth the effort. You can get other armors and all, but anyway. We're good. Start off here with the main character, as it were. Might do some greater rifts here at the top of it. For this particular demon hunter. I am curious his highest greater rift. But it might not show because the other demon hunter is past him, so yeah. 4 players, but that won't matter. We still have the Targaryen Dynasty clan going strong in Diablo 3. A solid 74 members, a few of which are still active. Alright. Looking good. Torment 10 for this one. Well, we can start off, see how it goes. He's not the stronger one, he's the Marauder 6 set, compared to Necro Shiver, who is the Shadow's Mantle set. Considerably more damage. Alright, we got 6% draw frames here. Upon startup, that's probably just the initial startup stuff. It should be coming down here. What are these for? Or is it just the first time on the character? Yeah. First time on the character from playing Diablo Immortal. Briefly, you saw me play Diablo Immortal. It didn't work out for a while, for any longer, but... Discipline and Hatred. Good Emeralds, Topaz, Amethyst, and Diamonds. With Enforcer, rank 86. Gogok of Swiftness, starting. Wreath of Lightning, starting. Enforcer, rank 86, pretty impressive in itself. Let's do a standard rift and then maybe a greater rift if we can ascertain if he's ready for Torment 10 or not. He was Torment 6 for a long time. Goes up to Torment 16 at this point, I believe. Well, that's a new sound effect. I am going to turn down the volume a little bit because there'll be a lot of combat this game, so from -7, let's go down to -13. If it's still too loud, you can't hear the commentary, let me know. It seems loud to me. I mean, it's loud in my headphones, so let me turn down even a little bit more. -16 for now. If it's hitting the yellow bar, I feel like it's just too much, so...
That would not be wise.
Yeah, it seems like a new sound effect for the banner, or maybe I'm just not used to it. It has been a few months. We'll go back to Diablo 2 Resurrected before long, but yeah, for now I have that marked. Marked, I believe, is one of the runes, or maybe Calamity. Yeah, Calamity for Kanai's Cube, Calamity, marked for death, so... But the main thing, Marauder 6, you do have to have the sentries down. They used to shoot for you, be really good. Now they're just more powerful. 12,000 damage. Not as much as Shadow's Mantle. Gear of the Dreadlands, I hear, is even better than Shadow's Mantle, but... he seems alright for Torment 10. We don't know for sure until we encounter those champions and those elites. So... okay, that was a little bit of locust damage, or parasite damage. Have plenty of room for now. I don't need that. Good job for that. Ooh. Alright, already some good drops here. Might as well just pick up what you get in this game. It's not too much of an inventory issue, especially at greater drifts. You don't have drops, you just have the main loot. Alright, -16 seems to be a good balance. I want you to be able to hear it.
Oh, thank you.
Whoops, I forgot. Yeah, these are my hotkeys. Okay, well, we can't use the num lock in this game so much, but...
you have my thanks.
do appreciate it, nonetheless. That's alright.
Help me. Stand with me. Be swift and silent.
Anyway, they're just some basic emotes, which I enjoy, but can't do it with the numlock. The E key, I can set up maybe the keyboard software itself. There goes the tip jar again, sorry. The E bar I can maybe set up for other things like that, but I have not programmed that, whatever software, for the actual keyboard. Maybe in the future we'll get to that. For now, it's not a big deal. So yeah, the sentries all need to be down all the time. He does have the awareness, even though it's not hardcore. I figured, you know, might as well have it on. Got that Season 3 banner there. I think you can still get that other ways, but... it's so cool. I actually had it from Season 3, playing that long ago. You'll see my season career did start with Season 1, so... Season 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 20, 21, now it's at, what, 35 or whatever the heck. 45, I don't even know.
I'm still waiting.
It's fine. So yeah, Trail of Cinders for him, because he is indeed a fire base. 212 milliseconds. Not sure where that's coming from, considering it is a private game. Make sure, yeah, I can close Battle.net in the background, actually, that will be helpful. Sometimes that just does automatic updates, or it just is more processing power than you need. So I have nothing except the most essential things running right now. And let me turn my Wi-Fi off, just because I was posting on the Discord there recently for Moeg. I should have done that beforehand, but, you know, it's getting excited just to go live celebrate Moeg here tonight, so... Here at the 11-minute mark, 3.5% drop frames, not too bad. Give further shout-outs and such to Moeg next time we see him, but for now... Looking pretty much set. Let me do occasional broadcast test. It is not super alt-tab friendly. You saw the resolution issues like always. But yeah, here it looks good for now. Do maybe a broadcast test every 20-30 minutes. Try not to do it as frequently as I have been. But if chat is not active, that's the only way I know that the stream is indeed stable, because I have had false streams in the past. False stream at least, so don't want that to happen anymore. Negative 16 decibels should be a decent balance for the audio between all the constant combat and yeah, the dialogue of the character, which won't be much because it's not story mode, just the occasional remarks and such. Yeah, Gogok of Swiftness triggers with every attack, stacks up to 15 times, and the 5-second stack, so if you do it within 5 seconds, that's long enough. Let me turn on the volume a little bit for myself here. Okay, not too bad. There's Elta. Yeah, a lot of good chatters this first stream of the day. This is my third one, but I do appreciate all the good chatters from earlier today. Even if you didn't stick around more than 5 seconds, it was still lovely to see you. Vanish, which is the additional death dodge. I forget what that's from, but something. Where's the damn treasure goblin? I'm not playing seasons, but doesn't mean I'm not still excited for treasure goblins and all. Health orbs for that Nephilim glory. Oh, we got a lightning. Where did that come from? Where's that damn treasure goblin? He's somewhere around here. Yeah, so the fire skulls, that's the elemental fury from Cridershot. It's basically a resource spender becomes a resource generator. So that is why I enjoyed a lot of this initial character. I have the most hours in him, even though he's not as powerful as Necro Shiver. Do have over 200 hours in him. But yeah, you compare these damages. It looks like more there, but yeah, you'll see just from the set itself, in addition to all the extra stuff and Paragon levels, 12,000 increased damage. Compare that to Shadow's Mantle, which he does have, by the way, with Ring of Grandeur. 75,000. So there's really no comparison. Just the way the set is designed. For whatever reason, they didn't want it to compete with each other. Oh, it's like a nasty hit there. Yeah, you gotta watch out for melee hits. He only has so much health, only so much armor, so... Yeah, it's just a standard rift. There's no time limit or such. Usually there would be a time limit. Sorry, it's blocking it directly with the webcam frame of Medieval Fantasy Thursday here, but it's not a big deal. It's just
Just close your eyes. It'll all be over soon.
The frame and the progress bar. So yeah, almost no damage without the sentries. You know, it says less than 1 million damage without the sentries. Put one sentry, we're already in the millions. So this is completely sentry dependent. Sentries used to fire automatically, then they became a bit more manually. But I hear you, Treasure Goblin. I don't see that. Yeah, that's the Fire Zoo, you could call it, because it does have all the companions. For the companion here, Wolf Companion set on, but it doesn't actually matter what's set because you just have all of them. So the spider, the ferrets, the bat, the boar, the wolf, and the spider, and the raven. So there's a lot. The standard one, I believe, is raven, actually. But yeah, you basically get the Noah rune, which is the bird, and then the bat comes in later. So the bird, the raven, is the default one, which is why the portrait's there again. The tooltip, whatever you call those Blizzard cool icons. Warcraft ones are very distinguishable. They recycle a lot from Warcraft 3 into World of Warcraft, but Diablo kind of its own thing. So Diablo 4 beta, I don't think we'll be pre-purchasing unless we somehow get the Diablo 2 chat goal, the cheer goal. First of all, the Diablo 2 cheer goal resurrected, then we'll go down to Red Dead, then Chivalry 2, then maybe if we wanted to do Diablo 4 at that point, but probably not based on how much cheers we've been getting lately. So
do you want more?
Diablo 4 will come in its good time, but I don't feel the great, amazing urge to pre-order it. I mean, just another Diablo from what I've seen of it so far. Like, very early videos. It does look better than this. It looks enhanced with Diablo 2 style as well. But it's still not quite what I want for, like, just straight, realistic medieval fantasy combat without so many magical things across the screen. Diablo 2 had that similar. Diablo 1, I feel like, was the most close essence to that. So if they can make a better one like Diablo 1, or other mods or other ideas like that, that would be worth it in my opinion. Alright, Targaryen Dynasty, good banner we have here for a Targaryen themed stream. And yeah, basically main character here, first character, even though he's not nearly as powerful as Necro Shiver. Basically, you just want to go as fast as you can to the elites. I'm gonna find you, Treasure Goblin, one of these days. He's somewhere around here. Yeah, basically you just want to go to the elites in most rifts and greater rifts, so there's no real need to kill all the minions, the standard enemies. But played the story mode quite a few bits. We're still finishing the Necromancer female storyline right now. Get to that eventually. But I need to just practice general hardcore. I don't know where that vanish comes from, but it is helpful. I'll look at it later. It's not a good time to be wondering these things. And yeah, the bottomless potion of the tower for some armor on him. Probably not the best for Demon Hunter, but made sense. Orange being another dragon champion and fire type of themes we have. Negative 16 decibels. It is still spiking to yellow, so I feel like I could turn that down even more. But I don't want to go too far below because the game speaks for itself, more or less. And you get commentary in the background, but hopefully not too overpowering for it. I know it'd be a little too loud if it was negative 8. Hopefully negative 16 you can hear me and the game at about the same volume here. Alright, get those sentries and take care of business. French fry them all. That's all you need there. Yeah, it's really just a matter of putting the sentries down and spamming that multi-shot here. Not super sophisticated loadout, then again Shadow's Mantle isn't too much different. Crusaders a bit more sophisticated. I like to play them like probably after Demon Hunter, so Witch Doctor's fun with the chicken, but I can always play them, you know. I can also do co-op, but I like to go my own pace for the most part, so clear this out. We'll maybe do one greater Ephemer, or we could just go straight to Necro Shiver, because I enjoy just getting back to him in the first place. We'll clear all that inventory out real quick, just to leave him spick and span in case we do pick him up at some point. I don't know, you might as well just organize the stuff in stash and all. Don't craft much all these crafting materials, but eventually it's helpful to like reroll traits and things like that. Reroll certain strengths. Alright. I don't know how to touch all these people, but that's fine. Alright, quick Rift Guardian there. Torment 10, not too bad. I don't think he'd be quite ready for Torment 16 or so. Oh yeah, that's right. We have the Summoner Mantle. So you could make use of that Nephilim Glory and go straight to a bounty or something. I can also get the Pool of Reflection will increase the XP gains from the Rift. At least in my experience it has, so a good place for that, for example, is the Weeping Hollow, yeah, near the cemetery, or actually close to the cemetery, but just for the fun of it, while I have a little of that Nephilim Glory, we can make use of it. Clear out these silly bloaters here. Big old leeches, and oh yeah, the little Mal'Ganis, the Dreadlord Warcraft, it's funny. If there was a Pool of Reflection, it'd be closer to the cemetery, actually, but well, you know, luck of the draw right there, I suppose.
No, I will not do that.
So now I can close the rifts from any town, doesn't matter. Sentry's decent damage to standard ones, but can't really take on the champions. Can I keep good? We get that extra XP boost from the Pool of Reflection. Not much, but it's more for greater. Okay, maybe that's not worth it for regular. Pool of reflection, it says, yeah, increased experience by 25%. I guess the standard rifts don't make a whole lot of difference there, but it is out of what, 27 billion XP, so not very much to be had there. On to the Book of Cain. Yeah, I don't need this standard stuff at this stage of the game. Adventure mode and such for the most part. Here we have Foundation of the Earth, My the Earth, that is Barbarian set. Have the Barbarian from the one season. I guess I do have the Valerian standard one. I actually have both Barbarians, yeah, in standard, so I'll put them in their stash, basically. Spalders of Zakar is ancient, so that's not bad. Your items become indestructible with emanates. That's just a different variation of the legendary, I think. So that's worth holding on to just because it's ancient. It gives you more Forgotten Souls, like an extra one, but that's just basically a good standard shoulders in case you do have someone who doesn't have the set or such. So puzzle ring you can always use for creating the greed. Yeah, you put that on the cube. I think you create the treasure vault itself from the puzzle ring, so you always want to hold on to those. You don't want to salvage those, from what I remember. Don't have a barbarian sash, but these are just, yeah, all the characters basically, so quite a few things in in the stash. But yeah, you sort the gems. That goes here. Foundation of the Earth for the barbarian. See if I have any barbarian sets going. It's a bit hard to tell here, just kind of mixed throughout, but put them down there on the bottom for boots, I guess. And not super well organized. This one we can go ahead and salvage. Yeah, save the puzzle ring somewhere or other for future use. I don't know. We could go to greed now. You just put it in the cube, I think, but yeah, you get the Forgotten Souls still. I also have, well, yeah, plenty of those. I thought you got something else, or it used to be something else, but apparently not. Plenty of Hellfire things. And what about the, yeah, that's for the other Ubers. So don't you use that for Ubers now? Yeah. Greater of Keystones. You still need that, I guess. So we'll switch over to Necro Shiver and do a bounty, I guess, for him. Yeah, I think you just put the puzzle ring in here and it opens the vault. I don't remember. It's worth it to do it in a party more often. You all have instance loot. It's all individual loot, so it's not like you're competing for loot or anything. Funny people, right as I mentioned it, they are doing puzzle rings in the chat. This is a hardcore seasonal. Not many people chat in the regular hardcore, regular roster. So it's kind of a shame. Oh yeah, I'm actually not on hardcore right now, so it doesn't show the icon. But I'm switching over to also non-hardcore. Necro Shiver, good to see a main Demon Hunter. Just ace there. Necro Shiver. Up next then, Shadow's Mantle Fun. Torment 16, yeah, max to the max for him. Doesn't go any higher than that. So let's get started. I don't feel like pubs at the moment, even though it's not hardcore, but I just would take it at my own pace, especially when I don't play for months at a time. Maybe play more often here and there. Still want to beat more Grim Dawn stuff though, Ashes of Malmuth, so I'm likely to beat Diablo 2 Resurrected before I get too deep into Diablo 3 again. We have, yeah, Vengeance, mostly ice-based, and of course the triple over penetration of Impale, Cold Grenades, just a bit of extra there. Lots of stuff in inventory, so I better sort that out first. Awareness, Blood Vengeance, Ambush, and Perfectionist. Mostly Amethyst and Emeralds, little diamond there. Got Bane of the Stricken, Bane of the Powerful, and Pain Enhancer. And that good Ancient Dagger. Nice to get the Primal, but good for now. And Tumble for that, Fan of Knives, yeah, Grenade, let me see what else. For Cube, we have Shard of Hate, Ice Climbers, Ring of Royal Grandeur for the set, so I could wear this instead of the boots. I have Iron Toe Mud Sputters, movement speed for based on life missing. That's pretty good for Demon Hunters, I guess. Let's go ahead, salvage most of this, I think. Oh yeah, dystopian goggles, this one for Gear of the Dreadlands, so definitely keep that. We've got just a standard Donettas here. No ancients that I can see. Might as well keep the gems, yeah. Keep the gems and salvage the rest, I guess. Krillin, I guess I'll keep the set stuff. Donetta isn't too unique, I get that a few times, so. Yeah, keep the gems. Salvage the rest. Blackthorn is very common too. Nothing ancient, so you can also get ancient set stuff, right? Yeah, so primal is also possible for sets. So primal being the strongest variation of legendary, the strongest upgrade, basically. So I see no reason to keep most of these. We'll go ahead and salvage for materials that I don't even use much at this point, but you know. Yeah, it's just the standard two-handed Crusader. You can always get that with the actual Crusader. I mean, I could. Actually, I don't have any standard roster Crusaders. I put them both to hardcore. So there's no reason to keep Crusader gear at this point for the Diablo 3 roster in the first place. Alright, other pylons there, other affected things. Gear of the Dreadlands, pretty much the first thing I have for that. Let's put the rest here and stash. Now he gets the effect of all shadow power. And the Impale loadout grenade, just kind of extra hatred generator for resource. Discipline back up, yeah. So Gear of the Dreadlands, where can we put you? There's not much room, apparently. Well, I'll build it up from the top, so. Dystopian goggles, this will be a really good one, 27,500%. Still not as much as the 75,000, but primary skills is really quick attack, so it is pretty good. You use strafing, automatically shoot your last use primary skill, so it's just a lot of shots and primary skill, so seems worth it to me to collect that if we can. It's kind of just luck of the draw. There's only so much you can do to influence, certain things you can grind, certain things you can farm to get these specific type of loots. But yeah, a lot of infernal machines there. That's for the Ubers and all. Erebus. Wreath the Lightning, I'll put next to these other legendary gems. Gogok. It's got a pretty standard amount of gear and such here.
You chose the perfect time.
All the lore and such of the game. Let's do a bounty to start, I guess. Siegebreaker Assault Beast just to warm up. Then we could try to keep pushing the greater rifts, I guess, but I don't have really good ping right now for some reason. I'm not sure what's causing that, so that will make it a bit harder. Of course, I tried this on my old computer. That was basically impossible to stream and play at the same time. It was runnable, it was just very rough, but not something I would do in hardcore at all. So yeah, no turrets or sentries for this one. You just gotta balance your resources pretty much, and use a whole lot of throwing knives. Get the occasional fan of knives for some extra armor, and when it gets really tough, pop vengeance for here they come out from the shadows. Yeah, Edge of the Abyss, you might as well carry on unless there's other elites on the way. Get that experience bonus, but not a big deal. Pool of Reflection doesn't carry over to different characters in the roster, right? So, yep, that was just for that first one here. Keep turning the volume down until I'm satisfied. It is not super noisy here. Let's try it. Negative 21.5. Broadcast stable. Looking fine. Fun times for Mr. Moeg here tonight. Earning a third stream of the day. We have about good 10 hours today. Pretty higher average. But, you know, busy times, other things that I can't stream. I forgot to ask again if I could stream the rehearsal, but I'm pretty sure I can. So it's okay. Negative 21.5, I hope, is a decent balance here. Oh yeah, here we got a cursed chest, so let's pop that, do I have bottomless potion of fear? Yeah, fear is nearby enemies. Alright, a little bit of extra. Good there. Vengeance, not too long, 90-second cooldown, but with the Paragon and other upgrades, it doesn't take a whole long at all. Man, it takes a long time to level up these days. The little Paragon level 831, almost 1,000. Hardcore roster, I'm not too far behind. That's 500, so combined I have close to, yeah, like 1500 Paragon or whatever. Whatever bonus was to kill that in time, I don't know. Figure it out in due course. Alright, frame drop has corrected itself. Leveled out here, thankfully. Single player. If I did multiplayer, probably pub games, because there's no friends playing or anything. Oh wait, I do have a friend on seasonal. Whoops. Good thing it wasn't hardcore, eh? I didn't actually pause the game in the BattleNet chat there, so that by itself doesn't pause. If you press menu first, it does. Anyway, just a little bit of armor lost there. It's not a big deal. Once you start dying, it's easy to keep dying, though, so you do want to be careful. Activating this does something, doesn't it? I feel like it stuns them or something. Does it do nothing at all? It costs discipline, so you don't want to spam it for no reason. Oh no, I'm stuck. There's that vanish again. And there's the awareness, so now he's truly an inch from death, as it were. All this plague, plague minion. I'm just getting stuck on weird walls here. That's just the weird obstacles, so you've got to watch the topography of the map. Yeah, the surroundings, your terrain around you. That makes all the difference sometimes. Negative 21.5, hopefully decent audio balance for you now. The edge of the abyss. Yeah, I picked the bounty that's literally the farthest away on the map, so just the way it works out. We're getting there just to try out that boss. It's quite the elaborate bridge run here. Remember this? Yeah, in the story and all. Takes a while to get across. Loot everything and interact with everything on the way, especially. See, I don't think activating that does anything. Let me test it on just like commons. Is it slow them at least? No. That's just other things slowing them. I can't tell what's what. Not a big deal though. The grenades don't do almost any damage. It's all basically the set carrying its weight. Damn, they hit you melee like that though. That'll just tear you apart, so always good ice disintegration. That's always satisfying. Pretty high on the graphics. I might have turned shadows off. I don't know if shadows are on anymore or not. Whatever we can do to boost that latency, I guess it's just stream internet, you know. Even on single player though, that's weird, but it is online after all, so can't play it offline really. Even single player. Shadows seem to be off. Alright, Edge of the Abyss. Just to get this little guy here real quick. Yeah, a lot of singular damage similar to the Necromancer. They are not too tough, as they are here. The Ariad Crater. Much there. I'll be right back though. Anyway, should be looking pretty good here for the most part. Let's get to greater rifts, I suppose.
Need more time.
Since there ain't much else to do in adventure mode that I know of. Unless you just, oh wait, not leave. Yeah, you can do other things with parties and things, just keep pushing the limits, and seasonal, you know, just good for the other achievements, basically, you just keep completing and making a character from scratch, basically, so it keeps people interested, I guess. It does not interest me to keep making seasonal things. Oh yeah, stopping directions. Stopping 4 directions, that's endless walk here. While standing still, damage delta is increased by up to 100%, so if it's 2 times, then he would indeed have 826. Doesn't affect the direct damage. I feel like it does something, though. It's not just for show, even though it doesn't show up here on the damage, base damage. Yeah. Alright, let's clear that out real quick. And, a bit laggy for stream, but we can still attempt a greater rift, I suppose. Or just do some of these Ubers, move on to hardcore characters, but hardcore I don't want to be lagging either, especially, so. Let me think here. Let me think. Yeah, the last one he did, well, 2016. The last one he did at all was Solo Demon Hunter. Wait, 2022. Nothing here, so yeah, it's down here. 75 was his highest. So I feel I can push that. 75. It's only Torment 16, so yeah, I can go up to 80. But I probably didn't need to, because I'm just boosting things like this. Bane of the Stricken 92, I'm not going to boost that much further. That was from definitely, 4-man parties for that one. And Pain Enhancer 80, that's even... you have to at least be that level to have a chance to do it, otherwise it's like 1% chance or something, there's just no way you can do it. So we just boost Bane of the Powerful for now, I guess. Since it's on the lower one, we can do that easily at 50, so... Empower, you get extra one, it just costs a bit of money. I'm not spending the money much else. Blood Shards we'll have a chance to spend afterward. It won't close or anything after you finish it until you actually close it, right? So I guess we'll do a standard 50. It's nothing hard or anything. Yeah, you just turn on that. Because I'm a bit laggy, I don't know if I'm really comfortable with doing the hardcore characters at this stage of current internet speed. We could look at them, but yeah, I don't think I really want to play with this amount of lag. Diablo 2 is, simpler, so it probably has less processing things to go through, making it easier to play hardcore characters, but it's, slower of a game because it's much older, it's different style. So, I don't know, I've been surviving just from potions on that, but this one you actually have the death dodge, which is helpful, but you can still get, cornered, like some part of the map just gets stuck on, making it a bit too difficult to survive and get your earnings and all done. See here, I'm doing a lot of damage, but I'm really just going for the elite still. You almost do no damage without using the primary resource, with the resource costing ability, the resource costing, your main weapon, whatever that is described as. But anyway, kill the champion's quite easy. This is only level 50. He can handle 75. It's just a matter of finding them at this point and collecting those skulls. Yeah, 25 billion damage. That'll be plenty for however much health they have. I don't really keep it on, but... yeah, don't worry about them hitting him because he has the shield on at the moment. I just don't have enough discipline. And you don't really generate discipline unless you have very specific skills for that. I find it better to focus on the damage than the discipline because it's just running away, basically. Alright, kill the occasional common because it's just not using your hatred at that point, but I'm trying to find the way to the next floor or just the next pack of elites, but... this is one of those maze type of levels, so you just click on the enemies by accident, which doesn't help either, but you have to actually click here. Very clicky type of game, as it were. But good fun. Thanks for those coming by this afternoon. So fun. First stream of the day. Not too sure why the other two streams were inactive chat. I'm not sure what algorithm or what people's attention spans or what caused that, but anyway, we will celebrate Moeg's 19 months in any case. Doing the occasional stream test here. Not too often, but there's not a single chatter I cannot tell. But yeah, we had a good like 5 chatters here once today, so good fun for Thursday return. See about schedule tomorrow. I have to prepare for the performances and such, do some other things, but we'll work it out. Funny terrain blockage there on the roof, on the like walls. That's kind of strange, yeah. You can't really just walk without clicking them. I guess you can. I'm not really used to that. I guess that is more effective. So I should probably get used to doing that more instead of just clicking all the time. Isn't that better? I hear me clicking twice every second. That is considerably better, and you don't get caught on the enemies to attack them, so almost no damage for the grenades, so yeah, that's really just the resource generator. The primary knives here are the actual damage. You compare that 45 billion to less than 500,000. That's like way different. Alright, well that's the entrance, so I need to thankfully I have plenty of time here. I'm halfway here. Wait, did it move the bar because the greater rift has the bonus? Yeah, because it's an empowered rift, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I have 11 minutes here. I'm halfway. I'm not worried about it. Just annoying to get lost. I don't know why I backtracked, but I was just thinking of other things. Let's carry on to the top. No discipline needed. We'll get there.
I am too low on discipline.
Plenty of hatred, though. Yeah, 200 billion compared to 200,000. That's hilarious to me. That is a little bit hilarious. Yeah, walking endlessly. If we do hold our gun, I wonder how much more damage it does. Let's see, 20 billion compared to almost 100 billion. Yeah, we do a lot more damage. 400 billion. That was a close one, though. That's the danger of standing still, but if you can hold your ground, you'll be really powerful against certain enemies. Just a matter of timing it right, positioning yourself right, and if you are playing in a party, coordinating with the other members who usually go much faster than I'm going. This is like not even a third or fourth of the speed of a lot of people play this game. It's ridiculous how fast people riff sometimes and use certain abilities and have enough damage, of course, to contend with it. If you don't have the damage for the difficulty level, you're just not going to beat it, but usually it's pretty clear that you can handle it or not. You know, if you kill them in one shot, basically, that's a pretty good indication you're ready for it. If it takes like 30 seconds to kill one little enemy, you are doing something wrong. You are not utilizing the character. You're not ready. You're not powerful enough base stats. So that's the simple truths there. See, even with the increased damage, the grenades don't do anything. Hardly. That is funny though. Let's move on. That's a short one, yeah. Short little bridge. Here to the larder, the barracks, whatever. Yes, dude. And different sets of enemies each time. We got mixed from multiple acts, multiple factions. It just throws at you, whatever, you know. Ultim could get you killed. But, yeah, Bane of the Powerful got that good almost million damage standard, but it's much more. Multiplied by that 25,000%. And the 100% bonus of that, I imagine is pretty good too. Yeah, from the shadows, pretty cool as you get all these extra demon hunters, freezing them basically. And there's Troy Baker, yeah, Lyndon. Recently seen in The Last of Us show. Alright, we didn't cap on blood shards, so Yes, Urshi, it'll be just be enough powerful. Get this one, yeah, definitely no chance for these. Could do other stuff, but I'm really just going, yeah, Bane of the Powerful for now. Have a second one there, but yep, 0%, 100%, and still 100%. So 5 chances since didn't die. Hardcore, you obviously die, you fail it, you lose the characters, so. But standard regular roster here, you also get that extra one, and they both have separate gold, you know, like, yeah, 7 billion here. 8 billion, I think hardcore. Relatively close to that. So didn't cap on blood shards, so we don't need to go back. We can go ahead and close that right away. There's not a timer on Greater Rifts. Yeah, I don't care about the leaderboard and such.
Are you ready?
Might as well spend some stuff for her. So at this point, am going for more ancients. So we have ancient dagger, ancient boots, ancient quiver, ancient belt, ancient pants, ancient bracers, standard chest, standard amulet, standard ancient helm, ancient shoulders, ancient gloves. So really just the set chest armor now. Going for Shadow's Bane ancient. Obviously Primal would be best, but Primal got like at the end of the season, I think it's guaranteed. I don't remember exactly when Primal is guaranteed, but yeah, season you definitely get one, but got one for the Barbarian, actually got a really good one for that, what was it, Waste of the Dreadland, Wrath of the Wastes. I got this very lovely Primal Bull Kathos weapon, Soul and Vow, so that is fancy. That is the best you can get, pretty much. So I did go through season with them, and it was just guaranteed at some point, I don't remember. It's kind of specific stuff for that, but I think that's because it was season. I don't know how else you really get Primal's like more likely chance, but anyway, Blood Shard's good for now. We'll continue on for that set chest armor. I'm pretty sure I don't have one sitting in the stash for no reason, so if I do, oh well. Seems like the best option at the time. Roll fully for that, and here we go. There's Natalia's, close enough.
I'm overburdened.
A quick trip to the smithy. Might as well, yeah, identify. Another Blackthorn's cross here.
Yes?
Why do you keep glancing over at Kadama?
Oh, just making sure she isn't up to anything suspicious.
Blackthorn's cross. Talia's embrace. Don't think I'll be needing to keep these. Blood-Tide Blade for the Necromancer. All Necromancers on hardcore now, right? I'll make sure I don't have the one on regular. Yep, Gravemaster, Scolari. Alright, my only Necromancers. I did not indeed make a regular roster Necromancer. Just didn't see the point, I guess, so. No need to keep any Necromancer gear. Let's see, Blood-Tide Blade, Death Nova. Every enemy within range, that's pretty good. Greenstone's fan. Legend has it that on hot days, Lord Greenstone enjoyed cooling himself with the wind of hurled knives. That's funny. They have some funny little lore snippets and stuff like that, but pretty good for the moment. Wish I had a better latency, but stream internet, what can I say? I don't know why it affects it just on a private game, literally offline, but doesn't make any difference. Anything else I do, I guess so. Repair, since I did die. I mean, he's regular roster, you're gonna be repairing more than hardcore roster where you don't die. Got the flawless gems there. Yeah, I can get more emeralds, I guess, but don't have enough. Or actually, I do have enough. Should make some more of those, but it's pretty good balance for now, I guess. So that was a Greater Rift. We still have more blood shards to spend. Let me just look through gear real quick just to check. A lot of extra things, but nothing too amazing. And yeah, nothing for Shadow's Mantle Ancient Chest Armor, which we're trying to get now. Then I'll have complete ancient set of equipment here. At that point, I guess you go for better rings and stuff like that. Just have standard rings, so I can get better ones with that. Yeah, Shadow Power. You get take reduced damage, so it does make sense to use Shadow Power because it takes reduced damage. Elusive ring. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but it's true. Isn't it also vault though? Yeah. So you do vault 2. It makes sense to vault over using that. Just this might slow enemies or something, but it's nothing that you really notice that's really significant enough to do. Okay. But fun times here today with Hogwarts Micro, Skyrim, and a bit of Diablo 3 to close out. So pick it up tomorrow for sure. Next week, if not sooner, but good time for this fine Thursday. Played a little hunt this morning also, so we'll get to those captures before too long. Mystery chest, can we get ancient Shadow's Mantle? The Shadow's Bane, actually, yeah, Shadow's Mantle is the set, Shadow's Bane is the specific chest.
That is too expensive.
That's all my blood shards, standard legendaries. Cape of the Dark Knight. Those who seek to do evil are a cowardly and superstitious lot. The Cloak of One with an affinity toward wolves. Garwolf. Yeah, I've seen a lot of the costumes and such, but it's the best for him, the current set. Well, if you want to see what they look like, I can show you, but it's not particularly interesting. The Dark Knight, yeah. The Batman, Diablo. They both have that little face mask. That's cool. Don't have that on Shadows. Bane, you got the little miniature cape, whatever you would call that little sash thing. But yeah, I didn't transmogrify these too much. Did give that red soul shard, red soul gem to Goliath. Barbarian there. We made the Barbarian Diablo 2, but red soul shard on him. So somebody has it. Used to have it on Ace here, then I just went back to Marauders, which is pretty good. And yeah, Necro for that. Then also have the Luffy, who currently just has Cage of the Hellborn with Unhallowed Essence for generators multi-shot. That's only 1700%, so that's even less than the Sentries with 12,000. Wait, is it? No, 12,000 and 17,000. So that's a little more, but generators, multi-shot, and vengeance deal increased damage for every point of discipline you have. So that when you want a lot of discipline and you want to save the discipline, haven't played that one too much, but it's, you know, another set to try out. So didn't like the helmet for some reason, so I gave her the transmogrified plated helm, but it's kind of just like the Jackal helm with Cursed Visage. For some reason I didn't like that. I wonder why. It's a while ago now. The armory you can change the different sets, but I don't feel the need for that. Instead, different characters for the same classes and such. Not too bad. Alright then. Oh yeah, this is the Terran one, the StarCraft reference. There's some funny ones here. Yeah, the one I was just showing you. Yeah, it's the Dreadlands. Get that eventually. That's an interesting one. Some Marauders, the one I have currently. Some other stuff unlocked. This is the Visage one without dye. I guess dye would make it look different, right? I'm curious now, but I don't want to waste the gold just to see what it looks like with different colors, you know, so can go back to the Demon Hunter to see that, but yeah, it just covers her whole face. I guess I just didn't like it too much. It's kind of cool in the design, but I didn't want to cover the cool eyes, you know, the glowing eyes. That's actually my BattleNet profile picture, like portrait. So did we clear that out yet? There we go. And salvage these basic ones. Yeah, that's the luck of the draw with blood shards. Sometimes you'll get exactly what you need. Get something really good. Most of the time, standard junk. Nothing too special. Alright, well, we could switch over to hardcore, but I'm thinking because of the latency, play it here and there still, but I'm probably going to feed Diablo 2 hardcore for now, so we will return. Yeah, Hall of Fallen Heroes did mostly campaign Crusaders and stuff. A couple of Necromancers didn't last too long, like I just died teleporting to people or such. But you can't look at their gear anyway, so not a big deal. Those are the Fallen Heroes, mostly a campaign. This one I know Blood Spring, actually the map. Funny enough. We can pick it up here. Yeah, Grave Master with that the bow and armor Inarius. She's still in campaign, so finishing the story. Pandora here working towards this Secret of the Light for the Blessed Hammer. Lady Verlan almost getting that Armor of Akan for accurate champion boost, which is pretty good in itself. Finally make some progress for that. That's an exciting bit of progress there. These are other standard roster ones. Just enjoy them here and there. And yeah, the Witch Doctor with the funny Hex Chicken and other balance of things, basically. So they all have some pretty good stuff. Made a good bit of progress. Not something I feel like they need to play too often. I guess that's all I really felt like doing for now. I just don't really have the tendency to feel like grinding too much, so could go to hardcore to Diablo 2. Could call it a night here in probably half an hour. Let's play a bit more, celebrate Moeg's 19-month resub. We're here about the 1 hour mark tonight, so it's been about 10 hours of streaming today overall. 3 streams. Yeah, that first stream really wouldn't have the active chat and the good fun even people stayed just for a few minutes. It was lovely to have active chat earlier, so for that, another time soon. Maybe not worth it to do multiple streams in a day most of the time, just for when I do have the extra time I enjoy it, but yeah, it's hard to capitalize when we do get a lot of those active chatters and to keep them. But you know, I can only stream for so long at a time without taking at least a little break, so we'll see. Good emeralds, are they set for now? Oh no, we could do a little Crusader, I guess. While we're here, I mean, like I said, only half an hour more. Did a good bit of Skyrim and Hogwarts today. Let's save some for next time. Diablo 2 Resurrected at some point. Red Dead 2 at some point. Grim Dawn I want to get back to as well, but since we launched this up, got this ready for tonight, let's make the most of it. Play another 20-30 minutes of Crusader action. So like I said, this one getting there for the Secret of the Light, but I am mostly excited Lady Verlan with that Akarat's champion and the Royal Calf, yeah, on both of them actually. So yeah, like the Blood Golem, Mal'Ganis, that's the Malfeasance, that's the miniature Gorm or whatever, the gluttonous guy. Yeah, multiple of those. That's how they're like Blood Bat, whatever the heck that is. There's a little StarCraft ship. That's one of the big Yetis. That's the mini Butcher. Classic Butcher. I had one more. And I have some from Diablo Immortal. That's the flower. Yeah, I should put the flower one on one. So who do I have multiple of? I have Mal'Ganis. Could put a different one on him, I guess. I mean, I like that one, but don't I have that Diablo Immortal one? Let's see here. Do have, yeah, the flower one. And this one, Rocky. And I also have the goat. Yeah, I should at least have one of each. I mean, just because I don't like them that much doesn't mean I shouldn't use them. He's good for like a tank, I guess. He's smelly and he's all yours. Let's put the plant, I guess, Blood Corpse, because I did play Diablo Immortal. Even though I do like that Mal'Ganis, but just for a little variety's sake, have something different there. And the calf, I kind of like on both of them, but could put Rocky on. Let's see, we have the Blood Bat on him. We have, yeah, Malfeasance on her and him, so maybe her for the Rocky or such. Or Seneca. I don't know, I thought Malfeasance good for her, but I was just excited to get it when I got it because you get the actual pet thing. Got that on someone. Don't have the goat on anyone, so put that on someone. More Thonlu. Rocky's interesting. It's definitely pretty unique. He's huge is the thing, but you know, just for the fun of it. Kind of goes with the Witch Doctor theme, I guess. Thinking a tank would be better, but it's fine. Anyway, so we'll get to the Secret of the Light here eventually, but for now, Akarat's champion I am most excited for. Torment 5, so nothing too crazy for her. Let's see if we cannot get killed here on my first hardcore character of 2023 besides Diablo 2. Yeah, she is in good sorts. Got one Paragon level. Got Wrath, Blessed Shield. Yeah, I do have that Heart of Iron, so Stun, Poxfalds, and Iron Skin for blockage. Indestructible, yeah, so that will help for that. Heavenly Strength, two-handed, primary skills. Weapon, holy damage, yeah, trying to make her mostly holy light damage. We have some lightning, some fire, though, at the moment. A lot of rubies, of course. Guard of Johanna for Blessed Hammer. I'm not using that, but just the best shield I have. And Cam's Rebutal. Oh, yeah, these weird Negger. Isn't this from the other ring here? It's called Nurgle ring or something. Nurgle ring, I don't know. Where do they come from? There's a reason they're here. They're not there just because. They're the fallen like lunatics, yeah. Oh man, if they weren't so annoying. Something I have is causing them. I thought it was the ring, but apparently it isn't. Someone talk to me, says the blinded guard. Well, he's the suffering in Bastion's Keep. So yeah, Iron Skin, Provoke, Falling Sword. Multiple of those. That's actually because of this, yeah. 4 seconds before the cooldown is triggered. Agger's Champion, very powerful with, you know, Armor of a Khan. Armor of a Khan for that, Agger's Champion, yeah, Punish and Roar. So, pretty good for now. I'm mostly trying to complete the set here. All we need with the Ring of Royal Grandeur is one less than the full 6, so I need one more, and I will have that 6 set. Just the one more here, I think, yeah. So I either need the neck, the hands, or the legs. Might as well spend those early blood shards and not holding them for any specific reason. So the neck, the armor, the legs. The neck is the amulet, that's more expensive. More likely to get hands or legs. So that's gloves and boots. We'll just alternate back and forth.
I didn't even know I had that thing.
Hope for the best.
That is too expensive.
Foundation of the Light. Hey, that might be good for the other Crusader. Funny enough, let's see what he has. He does have that one already. Might be slightly better for him, but it's not ancient. So I could compare them. It's not really big of a deal. They might be slightly better. Since it's not ancient, it's probably not even worth stashing. But since, you know, I'm here, I got something for him. We'll compare them later. Salvage the rest. And one more stream test before we hopefully not get killed, have that indestructible trigger. There's only so many ways to cheese. Yeah, dying in hardcore Diablo 3, Grim Dawn, you can quit instantly. Not that I've been playing hardcore Grim Dawn, but Diablo 3, you do have that 30-second timer. If you close the game, it probably still has that. I don't know where these champion lunatics come from. It's definitely nothing that I can see initially. What are these guys doing? Let me just pick up everything until they die real quick. It's nothing of my armor. Is it yours, Templar? It's probably the Templar. Yep, he indeed has the Nagel Ring. That's what I was thinking of. It is Nagel Ring. He has the Fallen Champion Lunatics. They're annoying. He has some decent gear. Yeah, so you have the freaking Nagel Ring. They do a little bit of damage, I guess. They're just pretty annoying. Let's do bounties to start. I don't know. Kill Diablo to start. We're Torment 5. It shouldn't be anything too crazy. We have a little bit to warm up here. Try to remember, yeah, Accurate's Champion, really the best thing. Falling Sword is good. But throwing the shield will do the main damage. You also have the stun in here somewhere. Let me turn that down a bit on my end. Negative 21.5, so we should be pretty good. Audio levels. Okay. Can stun them with that provoke, I guess, or no, like lightning of that. I think that was just, yeah, wrath generator. Oh, she also had the red soul shard. That's right. She was the extra red soul shard, my hardcore red soul shard. I guess I had multiple of them, but yeah, I definitely don't want to die with her because you can only get that from Return to Tristram, as far as I know. So Goliath is the holder for that in the regular roster. Verlan here is the holder for this, and hardcore roster, I think I used to have the Soul Shard little transmogrification, the effect of it. Then I switched to the helmet of Akan because I was excited to actually get that. That was my second to last loot there. Once I have that Accurate's Champion, 1500% increased damage, 50% less damage will make her quite the effective tank. It's a matter of finding that loot and not dying in the process. Ping is at 100, not terrible. Decent damage for Torment 5. How much damage is that doing? 20 million. Actually, cost Wrath? I didn't remember that, yeah. That does cost Wrath. The only generator I have in is Punish right now, so. And Provoke. Provoke helps a little bit. Iron Skin, just extra armor, basically. So, it's not super powerful. A good bit of damage there from the Red Soul Shard, but yeah, it's kind of a touch and go type of loadout here. Getting reacquainted with it. It's good fun. I've enjoyed the character for a while. I had a lot of them die just on the creation of her. 50 hours for her. All of these ladies for Lady Verxan, Lady Vortius, Lady Valborn, Lady Vendora, Lady Verlan. Took the current one I was played for 13 hours. Thought she was going to be the main. Lady Verlan, take her mantle, Sir Pandora. After 2 other Sir Pandoras died, but it's because I didn't have as good names for the guys as I did as the women, so it works for now. Hope she doesn't have to pass on the mantle. Those all died in the campaign, though. None of those actually died in adventure mode. Yeah, that went to Zoltan Cool, this one to Damaged Fallen, this one to Carrion Bat. It's like an Act 1, basically. This one to Belial, the most annoying one to Belial, because that was like having Torment on in the campaign. So a lot of hours down the drain there. Just enjoyed, getting them in the progress there for the campaign. But now this one, 50 hours so far, going good in adventure mode. Hope to complete that set. It is pretty cool. Set with the Sabatons and the rest. So we will try make the most of it. Champion Command, so the good fun here tonight. We'll get those, like I said, Goblin songs soon to come. That will be lovely. From that 70s Hobbit movie. I think I'll add them as commands for now because we have too many NDB cheers to add more cheers for now. So more commands is fine. Those will be free for all Dragon Knights to use at their pleasure. Eventually Dragon Champions only, but that day remains in the future. Into the Crystal Arch. Let us get to the namesake of the game. At least once more here. Diablo 4, yeah, Lilith basically resurrecting Diablo for the 3rd, 4th time. How many times does Diablo have to die, How many times do you have to banish his soul, and crush his soul, and... Oh my goodness. It's good fun, though. I think it'll be a pretty good... The cinematic was good enough, so... I mean, the game looks fine, The Druid is coming back, it'll be interesting. Maybe the Assassin's back, I haven't really looked too much. I know there's the Sorceress for sure. I probably want to do just one character. I know I make to so many characters all the time for these RPGs, so... Maybe when the Diablo 4 rolls around, Diablo 2, Diablo 3, all these rest of these RPGs, where I'm constantly switching characters so much... Maybe I'll stick to one character, Diablo 4, for a while, and actually try to push them pretty far without making a new one. I just always, refer to that because I just enjoy so many different play styles, so many different ways to play. But if I stick to one that I really like, whether it's Demon Hunter, Crusader, or the Barbarian, or whatever, if there's like a knight type of class, I don't know. We'll see. Whatever there is, we'll make the most of it, and maybe stick to it for a good while. I like the Druid in World of Warcraft, so that like Druid like in Diablo 2 could be fun. How do you get there? I don't understand. Alright, Indestructible will be fine. Let's see. Ah, some lore.
Long ago, when he was still among the angels, but he grew weary of battling the demons after a time, and he began to secretly conspire with demons in order to forge a peace. The demoness Will became his greatest ally in the hells, and many other demons and angels join his cause.
Trigger that Akarat's champion. Still have the standard health potion for. I haven't been able to get many legendary potions in the hardcore for some reason. Plenty in the regular roster, but none really for these hardcore characters. If I did have one, I just put it on current character I was using. Let me see if our Seneca or anyone has one. Do you have a legendary health potion? I can't even tell. Never mind. It doesn't show that in her gear. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. I have so many for regular roster, more than I know what to do with, and not get enough even for one for each character on the hardcore roster, so standard health potion. Do the trick for now. Beat them back a bit here. Yeah, it's annoying when you have just so many enemies. It's such a big group like that. Out of rats, so I have to the old-fashioned way for a bit. Good taunt, we'll get it back though, all that wrath at once. I'll run into another champion, that could be a bad idea. Like I said, if you want to leave, you can exit the game, but you have 10 seconds. It's not guaranteed your characters will survive, so I don't feel like cheesing that anyway. But if you go to a boss or something, there's no escape. If you turn it to like higher difficulty, you get yourself killed. That would be a mean prank to pull on someone, but for the most part, only if your like internet crashes or something, and you get bugged out, but that doesn't usually happen to me playing hardcore characters, so let's not jinx it tonight, coming back after 6 months or so. I'm literally one gear away from that full armor of a Khan, so we want to get there. Come on, dude. Do your worst, foul demons. Those nasty mouths. Is there any of them the champion ones? Yeah, this guy is though. Thought those were champion Malords. They're just yellow, I guess. We'll see. Still gonna do a bit of extra damage. There's only so much that can be done when we have the wrath and other resources, but we'll try to balance it out. Good bit here. Come on, man. Sweezog the empty. I know how you feel. Alright, come on over. Get there bit by bit, hopefully we'll become stronger with that final bit of the set, but a lot of grinding in the meantime, not much else you can do, just hope for the right drops. It's a percentage game, the more you farm, the more likely you can get it. The more likely you'll be, basically. Killed him with the red soulstone. Typical for that. I need my wrath back, so I'm gonna attack him regularly. You can't even attack him, yeah. That's why I did like the smite, because punish, because get to manually attack and build up the wrath. You can't do that otherwise. It's fun just to see the melee sometimes. Get that lightning armor. And there, charge up. That's chance to stun nearby enemies. To have that extra damage to stun enemies from the Dobu energy tap. So it's a little bit, little things like that just add up. It's a slow grind, but this is a minion, so I wanted to kill her. Yeah, 11 million there, still not quite enough. Okay. Balance for a few things with the Templar, get him some better gear at some point. He wears gloves too. Yeah, I should give him at least something for these. You can't buy stuff for him is the thing, you actually have to loot it, so I just keep forgetting probably. Alright, save the tortured angels. Get to a few things here and there. That's champion. Just takes too long to get to Diablo himself. All these things in the way. Protection shrine. I don't have to worry about damage at least. They interrupt my own stun, which is funny. Oh yeah, the Waller minions. Can't be the death of you with other things like Molten, other combinations like that. There are some nasty combos here and there. Alright, one final Discord test for now, just to make sure. Things I didn't double check, basically. Okay, we are good for now. We're at the hour 15 mark. Check out Carlo's Twitch later, perhaps. I'm not sure, you probably found us from Skyrim or other following for a while, but in any case, appreciate you today, Carlo. Appreciate you, Moeg. And appreciate still the great fun here. Anyone stopping by to alert tonight, appreciate you. And we'll get to Diablo here eventually. All these nightmarish creatures standing in our way. The Lord of Terror, primeval Lord of Terror, terror demons, the minions, basically. More lure. Oh yeah, here you are. The plague minion. That falling sword, it does a decent amount of damage. Just don't have enough wrath to use it that often. I had just enough there for a second, but I didn't react quickly enough. You saw how limited time that was, right? Very quick. It's a decent cooldown, but Paragon, other stuff like that does shorten the cooldown, so that is nice. Okay. Bit crystallized for Diablo, the namesake. It'll get to him in Diablo 2, it'll be fun. Diablo 1 is pretty fun. The hell, the labyrinth itself, like the deepest part of the labyrinth. Basically teleport to the hell part, but 7 hells, pinnacle of heaven, is that where we're supposed to go? Yes. Alright, once more for Diablo. I'm not too worried about him. I mean, Torment 5, she can handle it. She's well equipped. And here it is. Forgot one of these statues crumbled, don't they? Maybe not. Maybe that's just in the campaign. They didn't repeat it in adventure mode for some reason. And here is Mr. or Mrs. Diablo with the Curse of Destruction. Nothing too bad. The primeval. See below. New champion mode. Does say Diablo the primeval. Oh, in prison, yeah. And the grab. They used to have that in the original Diablo 3 gameplay video. The boss like killing you, like grabbing you and killing you. Made it pretty dramatic and cool. Then they never actually included that in the actual game. You die, you just die. You don't die any cool finishers like that. So, kind of false advertising there, but still worth it, I mean. You enjoy it at your own pace and all. However you like to play it, so. It's not too bad. Working on that set, as far as I can tell, that's the best thing to be doing for the character in our core mode, so. Depends. Yeah, not good for that. A red soul gem against the beast himself. Actually, what it's from, you know. That soul gem is Diablos originally. Come on, then we got to get through this for now. See about other fun tomorrow. But set out what we want to do tonight. Celebrate a good bit from Moeg. And other variety of fun times. For Micro, Skyrim, other great things into the realm of terror. Defeating myself, yeah. Shadow clone of the Crusader. Not too bad, but deal with them as we need to. Diablo's voice, Shadow of Diablo. Shadow clone, not too fearsome. When Diablo comes back, it's a bit tougher. Nephilim power. Scary grabs. Confident abilities and Torment 5. Run on to Torment 6 soon, that's the regular difficulty, but I didn't want to risk losing her too early, you know. Played it relatively safe, but not super safe, just well balanced. I feel like. Let me double check that voice mod was not on this whole time. That would have been a little bit embarrassing, a little bit disastrous. Alright, thankfully not. We're fine. Okay. Broadcast, I think, pretty stable. It'll be pretty good for now. Pick it up on the next week or tomorrow or the time balance. See how I feel, you know. I don't know if I really want to play Hunt off stream too much this weekend anyway, because there's the Oscars, like to enjoy that Scaramucci theatricals thing, Hunter. It just was not much fun today, playing by myself and without friends, and solo around, only getting the bounty, and random trios were absolutely horrible, so I only played 2 of them, but still, they were pretty dang bad. A couple of rounds, just teammates had no idea how to work together the way it worked out in the game, so I got unluckily headshotted twice in their defense, but still, it was pretty annoying. Get that red soul gem burst, come on. Use that health potion. Used to actually buy the health potion, so it's nice that that's changed a bit. Alright, a Terror Phantasm. I don't know what's best to grind for. Bounties take so long, rifts take so long. How do I grind faster with this character? The bosses take ages. It'd be the same for the Rift Guardian, though, so what else can you really grind besides rifts and bounties? I don't know what to do. Just put her down to a lower level, I guess, but even though she can handle this level, when it takes 3 or 4 times as a lower level, it's just not worth the time difference for the better gains. So yeah, she belongs in Torment 3 with this current damage. We are just one step away from that. Even though she can handle Torment 5, it's just not worth it when it takes this long. I mean, she's a tank primarily. She's not a dexterity-based damage dealer, so she's meant to absorb most of the damage while still doing her own damage, but all the characters have to do damage, but still, because your primary strength is strength, that is, you know, how much damage you can take, and your armor. So you're supposed to be the tank, that's why you have skills like Intimidate, Provoke, because you just want to taunt them and have them attack you while your other damage dealers and your supports buff you and curse the enemy and stuff like that. Debuffs and buff tanks. I mean, it's the same for a lot of Blizzard and MMOs and just RPGs and whatever you would call this, you know, co-op RPG type party. Oh boy, 700 milliseconds. We better wrap this up. It's getting intense in here. That much freaking things. Yeah, I'll turn down to Torment 2 or 3, whatever. Do more bounties, do more rifts. Eventually. This is just, yeah, way longer than it's supposed to take. Even though she can handle it, she's surviving fine. It's just not enough damage output, so I don't know. Maybe the only one really worth it to play solo is the dexterity base, so Monk and Demon Hunter, so then you just have plenty of damage by yourself. Survivability is still an issue, but beats me. Obviously, I'm enjoying all types of characters, all the different stats, all the different primary stats, you know, primary attributes, but there's only so much you can do without having the full set, so we turn down difficulty from Torment 5. Maybe then we can at least get more loots and eventually get that set done. then turn it up a bit, add 2 greater rifts as she's ready, work up those legendary gems, which she does not even have yet, so she's still like middle rung, still kind of early phases of the character as far as you go for adventure mode. And there's really only so much to do anyway. It's just about making better character, better rift time, better efficiency for bounties, and a pretty good variety of like enemies and stuff around the maps, but it does depend what you really enjoy doing, how you like playing. For me, it just gets a little bit too grindy, a little bit too much farming, a little bit too much of the same type of stuff. Whereas Diablo 1 is a bit more well-paced variety. Diablo 2 and 3 are a bit more the same stuff, just with different types of enemies more often. But, you know, you still love it. You still love the style of Diablo. It's just definitely not the right level for her now. I've learned that here, what, 20, 30 minutes later fighting Diablo. Getting to Diablo and fighting Diablo. Just for the one little bounty for her. It is not supposed to take this long. Actually takes no damage is the thing, so it makes me feel like it's justified, but I feel like we could have killed him and done bounties and rifts, you know, at least 5 times as much as this in the time we spent doing just this one, so the rewards, you know, do not justify the means of this amount of time spent doing it because of the damage output, damage balance, however much health he has, however much damage you're doing to him. Even though we're not dying, it's not a sign we're doing the right thing, so that's how I pretty much feel about that. Well, we just about got him. And we'll carry on soon. Let's go lurk in a few other Twitch channels here, watch some other VODs editing, got the good Streamiversary video up, so excited for that. There goes Diablo. Once more. Interesting stagger pose there, not sure what that was about, but yeah, Malthael and Diablo both satisfying. And good stuff for the time being, so pick up with her from there next time. And we are looking pretty much good for now.
Remain steadfast.
Times with Lady... what is it? Verlan at this point? Yeah, I have the Vendor, I feel like, for longer, but technically Verlan has survived the longest. Yep, that is not quite worth these few yellows and blues. So we learned a good lesson there. Even though they can handle that level. I've said this before, we've gone through this before, but now we know, you know, just extra facts. If they can handle it, doesn't mean they're meant to be there. Hardcore fun for now, they are safe in town, all looking good. And I think that will do it for the time being. So, thanks again, Moeg, little celebration stream for you, 19 months. And thank you everyone who came to chat this afternoon. Had a good bit of fun throughout the 3 streams of the day. Almost, yeah, 10 hours or so. Not too bad for fun Thursday adventures. Look forward to chat with more of you soon. Other good adventures, other great times. Until then, have a good weekend. I'll probably see you next week. We shall see. Till then, guys, good night.